backhand roll. Hendry Winarto, he's a pro. So 2 things he did. Number 1, he didn't give the shot away. It was the same exact motion as his dink. He hit it at 50% speed, and he's ready for that forehand kill if he needs to. Take note of where he hit it. Now, he hit it at his opponent's right shoulder. Ben Johns, the best player in the world, says hit it at the right hip or the right shoulder for a right-handed player. I trust Ben Johns. Next, the forehand flick. Now, this is David Nell, and he's very good at this. He's a true 5-0. Now, watch what he does. He disguises this as a dink. Now, the pace of this shot is extremely important. He doesn't hit it super hard. He almost flips it, almost like he's hitting a serve at the opponent's shoulder. And it's going to be good. Good shot, Dave. Next, the sideline angle dink. Now, when I hit the shot, I like to fake like I'm going to hit really hard. And then I almost hit a little topspin right at the corner. If you hit an effective angle dink, I should be Erne, Cliff should be covering middle, and I would have a put away Erne. So that's an extremely effective shot. Next, dink deep middle. Cliff does this really well from Cliff Pickleball. Cliff, I'm using your own videos to beat you. So dink and deep middle is extremely effective. It should be used a lot more. If you watch Cliff do it, he does it at a medium pace shot. It's not super hard. It may not win you the point, but it's going to push your opponents back and you gain the advantage. Next, the forehand cross-court dink. And this is Ben Johns. So this is the Johns brothers. This just happened. The Johns brothers are in orange, and Ben Johns is in the left near court. We have Dekel in the top left-hand corner in green, and we have Adam Stone in blue. Now this is such a good point. I just wanted to put the whole point out here. But they're trying to gain the advantage. Really, they're playing really good offensive dinking. They're not hitting dead dinks, and no one really can get the advantage in this point. Then Ben Johns does something, and he's really good at this forehand cross-court dink. There it is right here. There it is, his brother Ernie's, and that's just beautiful. Let's see that in slow motion. He just hits it. It pretty much hits the sideline where the kitchen line hits the sideline, and that's so amazing that his brother recognized that. But that is an extremely effective shot. Number 6, the body bag. This is a hard shot right at the chest. It's not expected to go in. It's expected to hit the person, you know? So we have the Johns brothers in the near court, and all eyes should be on Adam Stone in blue. Now he disguised his body bag as a dink. The last second he went really hard right at John's chest, and it is extremely effective shot if you don't overuse it and if you disguise it well. Unlike the flip, the body bag is not expected to go in. This brings me to my next one. Move out of the way from the body bag, basically. And you wouldn't believe how many outballs people hit. You wouldn't believe how many outballs I hit. Again, this is the same match. We have the Johns brothers, we have Adam Stone in blue, and we have Dekel in green. And all eyes should be on Adam Stone. Look how well he moved out of the way. As a rule of thumb, if it's going hard and it's over your shoulder, let it go, people, you know? Number 8, counter backhand block. Dave and I are in the near court. We're playing in the PPA Pro Tournament. Happened last week. Dave's going to float a backhand dink. The ball's going to come hard down the middle. So I knew that and I was ready. As a rule of thumb, if a ball comes down the middle, it's going back harder down the middle. So when your partner floats a dink, be ready. This is an opportunity. This is not a time to look at your partner and yell. Next, we have the flip down the middle. Now the flip down the middle, it's a 50% shot, and David just did it right there. It's so effective. You do not want to hit with too much speed, because if you do, it's usually coming back harder. Plus, it makes your opponents choose who to take it, and this causes confusion, and that's what happened this point. Good job, Dave. I'm lucky to have you as my partner and friend. And we have Dave again. This is at the PPA tournament last week. And Dave's gonna do something that is effective if you use once in a while. It is the offensive lob. Again, you don't want to use this too much, but once in a while, it keeps your opponents off balance. When you keep people off balance in pickleball, you gain the advantage. When you gain the advantage, you win the point, and you're a lot happier, and you probably have better relationships. All eyes should be on Josh Elliot. He's an orange, and he's going to hit the outside in forehand. Now, this is not for beginners. Josh Elliot is a very accomplished player. His father owns Engage. He's played pro tournaments. He's around pros probably all the time. Now, when should you use this shot? Once in a while would be the correct answer. Practice and rec play. It's a lot of wrist if you watch. That's why I'm giving you a bunch of looks at it. Next. So we did the backhand roll of the right hip. The backhand roll down the middle is a different iteration of the backhand roll. Now watch the pace Josh Elliot hits his shot at. It's pretty incredible. He disguises it as a backhand dink. And that's just such a beautiful shot by the one and only Josh Elliot. If you watch this, he doesn't load up. Again, it's disguised as a backhand dink. Normal pace. No take back at all, aka no tell for your opponent. Your opponent is a possum, and Josh Elliot is the wolf. Next, the two-handed backhand speed up. I am playing with Ivy Schetter, who is in the white shirt. She's 16, has aspirations to go pro, and that's why she has an extremely great backhand. All that power is actually coming from her left hand for a right-handed player. She pretty much uses a shot anytime she gets a dead dink on her backhand. And let's see that one more time. Simone Jardim uses a shot all the time. A lot of women use it, probably because they're better at life. Next, the ATP, and that brings me to Simone Jardim. There's a reason I mentioned her. She is one of the best female players in the world, in my mind the best. She's playing with Ben Johns, and she just did an ATP. ATP stands for around the post. Dekel hit a dead dink. Simone saw it, and it gives her an extremely offensive shot. The ATP is extremely tough to block. In this case, Adam Stone did not block it. He's extremely good at it. You know, you can, Adam. If you're playing outside and the wind's blown left to right, it's going to be way easier to ATP on the left side and vice versa. Next, we have the Erne Crosscourt, and this is from the same match. I want to put the point before because this is extremely important. Now, this is Ben Johns and Simone playing against Dekel and Adam Stone. It's the same match, and I'm in the background filming, probably commentating, but they lose a tough dinking battle in this point. And if you know Ben Johns, lots of times he can turn it on. So they lose this point, he gets really upset. And this is the next point. This is where the Erne Crosscourt comes in. And look how easily Ben Johns turns it on. Again, when most people Erne, they Erne right at the person directly in front of them. It's a high percentage play. But if you have this shot, the Erne Crosscourt, it is almost impossible to defend. So mix it up, people. That's what I'm trying to say. It keeps your opponents off balance. Hendry Winarto's gonna Erne. You just saw it. He Ernie's directly in front of him, and Tony Gianonni covers. As a rule, if your partner Ernie's, you have to cover his or her side. And watch Tony does this, and he hits a decent shot. Now, Kyle Yates does have a chance to go down the sideline. Watch it. But Tony hit a good enough shot, deep. It penetrated through the court, and Kyle Yates is upset. Kyle Yates, I have you later in the session, so don't get angry. Let's see this one more time. So Dekel, it's kind of a dead drop, dead dink, more of a drop. Wasn't bad, but when you're playing against the caliber of a Tony Gianonni and Hendry Winarto, you better bring your A game, you know? Next, Crosscourt after ATP returned. We're getting a little more advanced, but let's see this. So we have Kyle Yates, we have Dekel, we have Tony Gianonni, we have Hendry Winarto again, and let's see this one more time in fast motion. But Kyle Yates is gonna ATP, and once you play the extremely good players, they're gonna get it back. So Kyle Yates ATPs, and he goes cross-court. The reason being, Tony has to go on the sideline to return it. Hendry is forced to cover the middle, and Kyle Yates does not even hesitate. He does not even hesitate. He knows exactly where to go with the next shot. And that's where I'm doing this segment. If you know where you're going, you know what your opponent's going to do next. And it's like chess. You're a move ahead, you know? You're a move ahead and you're going to do well because you prepared, because you watch my videos. Next. So this is me. I'm going to get a dead dink. And use this shot if you're losing some dinking battles and you know you're a little quicker than your opponent directly in front of you. Why shouldn't you go cross court with this? Short answer, you open up too many angles. They can go down the line, cross court, pretty much anywhere. So I'm keeping the angles to a minimum. Really, Johnny Goldberg can't do much. I know where it's coming. I know I'm a little faster than him, and I just want to keep it simple. I want to isolate him, and I want to put it away. And Johnny Goldberg, I know you're probably better than me now, but I'm living in the past. Again, this is a contrarian approach. You don't want to use the shot too much. Keep your opponents off balance, and maybe use it once every 3 games. Again, if you're losing some thinking battles, and if you know you're a little quicker than your opponent in front of you, do it. Play to your strengths, play to win the game. You play to win the game. Next, the backhand attack cross court. And we have Justin Petrulak. He's an extremely good player and very unorthodox, which is a good thing. And I know you said, hey, Joey, you said attack your opponent directly in front of you. Well, there are exceptions to the rule. When do you want to do this? You want to do this when you know your opponent directly in front of you is faster than you, when you know the other opponent may be weaker. In pickleball, you play the percentages, and you play your opponent. You don't beat yourself, you're smart, and you know there's 25 shots to speed the ball up, and that's why I'm doing this segment. Next, the forehand attack cross court, and we have Jamie Oncins. He's in white. He beat Ivan Lendl in the French Open in tennis, so he's pretty amazing. We have Brian Staub. Brian Staub is in the red tank top. Orange or red tank top, just returned. Now, he's won countless national championships for pickleball, and all eyes should be on him. He's getting ready to hit a forehand attack cross court. And look, he sees the middles open. That's the key. When do you hit the shot? When the middles open, when they float a dink. And notice the pace he hits a shot. He's not killing it. He's really just placing it in the middle of the court. Again, if Mark would have covered, I think he would have swung a lot harder and tried to really go at him. But he saw Mark did not cover, and he just really placed that down the middle. Doesn't have to be a super hard shot. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Here's Craig Cross. I've never seen anyone better at blocking/resetting than Craig. Now, he is in the top left-hand corner, wearing a gray shirt. Really not doing anything right now. But here is the point where he blocks. So this is me. This is the battle at Rockledge. I go hard right at his sweet spot. And if you're playing Craig Cross, don't do that. And look how simple that motion is when I put in slow motion. His feet are right on the ground, real balanced. It's just such a simple motion. You may ask, Joey, you put defensive block. How do you gain the advantage off a defensive block? People are swinging really hard. You block it back, and then you're going to have a put away. I've seen it countless times. Next, backhand flick. And we have Craig Cross again. And he wins so many points off tournaments. And again, he's in the top left-hand corner. And he's just so good at this. And here it comes. He's setting it up. And it's an off-pace shot. And there it is. It looks simple, but I've never seen anyone pull the shot off so many times. The key is disguising it well and pace. He has no load-up time. Really impossible to read what he's doing until the last second. And notice where he's hitting it. The opponent's right shoulder, people. Right shoulder for a right-handed player. Next, jump middle. And this is Ben Johns playing with his brother. They lose an easy point. Ben Johns gets, I don't know if I want to say upset, but, he's not happy. And he hits the turn on switch, and he wants an easy point. If you want an easy point, jump middle. Colin Johns is back. He hits a drop. Ben Johns sees that, and he knows Dekel is just going right back at his brother, and he jumps middle. I mean, Dekel and Adam Stone are pros, but, you had a bad day. Actually, Dekel and Adam Stone win this game. Let's see that one more time in slow motion. Again, his partner's back, he's in trouble, and Ben Johns bails him out. Next, we have the drop shot. This is Hendry Winarto. He's a pro. They're all pros, people, Henry's in white, and he just hit a really nice drop shot. He kind of gets a dead dink or dead drop from Jamie Oncins, and look how simple he makes it. He sees Jamie takes that one step back, and once he sees that, it's all over. Great shot, Henry. And I have one more point. This can be used as a drop shot dink. Watch John Sperling. Now, John Sperling is in the red shirt, And this dink is just like a drop shot dink. It makes Brian Staub hit an angle, and it gives Henry the ATP. They try to recover and just quite can't. So this drop shot dink actually gave Henry and John Sperling the advantage in this point. We'll see it one more time in slow motion, but so good. It goes right over the net, dies, and it forces Brian Staub to hit that angle. So that's another way to gain the advantage. Pickleball lovers, next, down the line, either forehand or backhand. Obviously, you can do the down the line with the forehand flick, forehand roll. You can do it with anything. Keep your opponents off balance. Don't hit the shot too often because it is high risk. Again, let's see this point one more time in live speed. When should you use it? After losing a long dink and battle and you need some confidence? That would be a great time. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe. Have a good day.